So for me, the trip that I had in October, we initially, like, they were 1 gram capsules of mushrooms of psilocybin. We didn't know that they were a gram a piece. So it's this age old story. We took a couple, we waited, nothing happened. Took a couple, waited, and then we started swimming. We were watching fucking the pandemic special, the South Park thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have a TV outside and like right by our pool. We started watching like just movies and shit, chilling. Every time we took more, we took 2 at a time. So then the last time I took 1 more and my friend took 2 more, Wyatt. So he took 8 grams, I took 7. And it went from being like, I went from not tripping at all to being like, holy fuck, this is the hardest I've ever tripped. We took our dogs for a walk and I was horrified of my own neighborhood because everything was so strange. And it was like, I was like, okay, I'm tripping way too hard. This is like, I'm going to get a hold of it, because you always do.
Yeah.
And I did, but I definitely was guided by the universe for sure.
Yeah.
I had a voice telling me shit. I watched things in my life. I have a photographic memory, and I watched things like where I was legitimately in the setting of where it happened with the people that it happened with. And I really thought about these things that bothered me. Like I was picked on a lot when I was a kid. So it was like, I thought about these situations, and honestly, a lot of the people who picked on me when I was younger have bad shit has happened to them. And I don't wish anything bad on anyone, but I thought about how, like, you know, they say when people bully people, it's because they fucking pretty much hate themselves.
Yeah.
And they
100%.
Yeah. It's like, you don't ever see a nice guy pick on somebody. You don't see someone who's happy fuck with someone else just to do it. So anyways, dude, while I was tripping this hard, I had all these crazy thoughts. I think the reason that it had such an impact was because it lasted so long. It definitely changed me. I definitely had a whole different perspective about a lot of things, and it was a good thing. I knew I had a plan before we went on this journey. Like, I knew, like, they say that you should always have intention before you trip.
Yeah.
And I always do. He didn't have any intention. He just wanted to get fucked up. I was like, I need to think about, I just moved to Arizona. I'd been here for a month. I was like, I need to think about fucking being in Arizona. And like, I need to think like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what's going to happen with this pandemic? I moved out of LA, and it definitely wasn't like, I didn't leave in a hurry. I definitely put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah.
So I was like, but I was rationalizing stuff. And at this part of the night when I went underwater was when I had already been in my room by myself, listening to really high frequency music and weird. I listened to Banks. You know who she is?
Yeah, yeah.
So she's like a fucking pop artist, but she really kind of dark. Like she plays like fucking almost like trap beats. She's so sick. She has 3 records. They're all fucking amazing. But I listen to Banks because I love her music. So I put on Banks. I remember putting it on my little Bluetooth speaker and laying on the ground. And I told you my dog growled at me. Remember I told you, like, I walked in and my dog looked at me and growled.
Yeah, because we're like, yeah, they
And
know.
I was like, Frankie, and I have a pretty scary dog if she wanted to be, but I was like, the fuck? She came and laid next to me then, and then like defended me. It was weird.
Yeah.
But I laid in my room and I was tripping so hard. I asked the universe to be brought back, because I was like, I'm currently in a place where I don't feel good. I don't have any control over this, which is important to not have control. But I was like, my ego was completely dead. Like, I was at that point where I was like, this is me. This is my fucking meat bag. Like, my mind is fucking zoom. Like, I was out there. Like I said, I was looking at tidbits of experiences that happened to me in my life and reliving them, and honestly unpacking them and thinking about all these things, and like just imagining like situations that happened to me in my life, and really like,
Was any of
thinking
it
about 'em.
fun, or was it all like anxiety and like?
No, dude, there was nothing. There was no enjoyable moments. It wasn't like me snowboarding or like first time being in love or like thinking about like, you know, like it was me thinking about shit that was heavy to me.
But
So
there was
it
never
cool.
periods of fun.
I mean, I had fun that night for sure.
Yeah.
But this was the
This was
the
like at
experience
the
in my
end.
room
Yeah.
was like, I have LEDs behind my TV, and it was a trip because my room looked like it was a dome instead of being square like a normal room.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You
Yeah,
know-
I've had that too on mushrooms where
Dude, I was laying on the floor and it was a
again?
dome.
Oh, it just looks
where
like a
it
dome.
feels like almost like the walls are like
Bent.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, it was domed, and my ceiling fan was spinning, and I was like, and I have a bamboo plant next to my on my like dresser under my TV, and the cool thing was the plant was like slightly moving, and I knew it was not in real life, but it was like, I was thinking about that, but I asked to be brought back. I was like, okay, I'm fucking terrified. Like, I don't like where I'm at. I've unpacked all this shit. I want to feel normal again, because I want to continue to go like where I was going before, but without all this, and like I asked in my mind, I was like, dude, I gotta get a hold of this. Like, please, like, just let me get back to it. I fucking.
Isn't it amazing how that works? It's like when you let the universe kind of guide you, especially on psilocybin. Like,
What do we always say?
yeah,
The universe will guide you.
Yep.
It will, dude.
Yeah.
Let it drive, man.
For people who
You're a
don't trip,
passenger.
who's never tripped before, I like
Sit
to
down.
always say that to them.
I like that,
just,
dude.
You know,
The universe will guide
you if you're in a tough spot.
Dude,
you know?
the only thing you can control in the entire universe is yourself. Let go.
Yeah.
Like,
And
dude,
half the time you can't even control that.
you can't. But
Yeah.
it's, I mean, dude, like legitimately, the universe will guide you. And it was, I had a full experience.
That might have
was
seemed like
cool.
the worst part of it, but
It was
ultimately, in
probably
grand
the
scheme of
most
things, the most
important.
important, and you woke up the next day already a better human being.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
What you said earlier is, I don't understand why not to give an intention, because
Yeah.
you could still just have fun and get fucked up. But by putting an intention, you actually could really get something out of it too. You know, you could do
100%.
both. You know, so I think that's actually the most important part is what you said is putting an intention. And
I don't think I would ever do mushrooms again.
I was going to ask you that actually.
Really?
No. I'll finish that sentence. I don't think I would ever do mushrooms again with the purpose of getting fucked up. I also wouldn't microdose. I would do probably 4 or 5 grams again, not 7.
No, go 5. It's the heroic dose.
That's what you're saying. I like the hero dose or the heroic dose. I would do mushrooms again. I would probably do. I don't. Who knows?